I cannot believe that we're having a debate about helping people to die with the shoddy level of care that we have in this country. The NHS is on its knees. People are dying in corridors of hospitals, you know, corridors of neglect right now in this country, and MPs are sitting in Parliament and even saying the word assisted dying. That is a damning indictment on this country. We can never say we're a civilized country again until that stops, because how can we have that happening and be discussing assisted dying?
No, I totally agree. And palliative care doctors, and most of them, as we know, most palliative care doctors are against this bill. And it's
Yeah.
interesting in the context of the committee on that question, but we'll come to that
Yeah,
later.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
But let me
I'd
just.
say as well that we have got two reports that we've sent to that committee, which are up on our website. People can see those responses to the assisted dying bill. And that's data from our helpline that contradicts, what the narrative that's been put across by the pro-assisted dying people. Also, we have data from the ONS about how many people are dying in care homes in every year. So the issues here, it's a massive issue for whistleblowers, firstly. They can see the consequences of what's going to happen here. You're going to have people that are raising concerns about how this is implemented, and you're going to have nowhere for those people to go and to raise those concerns, unless you're talking about going to a regulator such as the CQC. We also have evidence from 28,000 members of the public that regulators are failing to do their job, and they're failing to investigate concerns. And, that evidence is up on our website as well. It's called Journey of Injustice Part 1. We had to do it in 6 parts because we were inundated with witness statements. That evidence tells us MPs think they're going to rely on a regulator to oversee the assisted dying bill. Well, sorry, but they're out of touch with the reality of what really happens. Regulators are not a safeguard, and that argument needs to be thrown out, because look at what the public have told us. So that's the other thing I would say. Also, I'd say to people, look
Can
at
I
this
just ask you,
committee and
Eileen,
yeah.
sorry about the reports, because we were going to talk about in some detail reports. So the 2 reports that you've written, can you talk about maybe a couple of cases from that which highlight
Yeah,
your evidence,
yeah.
and also tell us where those reports? I know they're published on your website, but who have you sent these to that needs to know?
Those reports have gone to the MPs who spoke at the debate, and they've also gone to the committee. We obviously had to chase them up to get a response of acknowledgement that we'd sent them, but they've now acknowledged that they've received those reports. Just to talk a little bit about what's in the first report, for example, we're really concerned victims of abuse, they haven't allowed for that. Many victims of abuse will want to die because their spirit has been broken. And one of the cases that we use is of a man, Mr. T, who loves classical music. He's dying of cancer, but his pain is controlled. He has Parkinson's disease, but he has a good quality of life. Every day he was punished by staff. He was wheeled and put in front of Radio 1 on a radio because he liked classical music. And that broke that man and this is a true story. And we've seen these kind of abuse cases where there isn't any physical marks on the person, but their spirit has been broken by the abuse they've been subjected to in a care home. If that man was taken to hospital, he would say he wanted to die, not because he was in pain or anything else, but because he was an abuse victim. And the only thing that really made his life worth living was taken away from him, which was classical music. That's the kind of situation that the assisted dying bill, it's not even on their radar. And thousands of vulnerable people are abused in this country every year. I don't even think there's an MP that would deny the data that, in most care homes, abuse is occurring. That's already been accepted. that there's some level of abuse in every single care home, and yet it's not even on the radar. The other issue that we've got is undiagnosed dementia, and we put the data on that in our report, and also other undiagnosed conditions, which there's no way a capacity assessment would pick up on.